wouldn't have to go anywhere because this is the Talk Beat Jones. I am Billy E. Jones. Want to thank you for being with us this morning, this evening, whatever time it may be for you and where you're located. We are wonderful, thankful that we have fans and friends from all around the world watching the Talk Beat Jones and commenting on the Talk Beat Jones and letting us know that they enjoyed the format. They enjoy being able to see and hear different folks coming in. They enjoy the commentary that we're able to provide here on the Talk Beat Jones. And again, we're just so in love with our family from around the world. We're doing that Jones Size Zoom, that workout program in the morning times, Monday, Tuesdays, Thursdays, Fridays, Saturdays, and we're getting wonderful results with that. So we want to thank you for letting us know that that is a part of your interest early in the mornings, depending upon where you are. When we do a program in the east part of the world at 9 o'clock in the morning, it's 6 o'clock on the west side. And when we do a program here on the 12 o'clock time, it's 9 o'clock on the west side. So again, we give you the choices. But once again, tell your friends, tell everyone that the Talk Beat Jones, we're on the air live. We're here every Wednesday at 10 a.m. to 11. You can also pick us up on the R.J. Watkins page. That's the one that has a little black and white, looks like a camera ready to be shot. And so you can see that, and you can watch the program live, or when it's complete, you can go back and watch it. Also, go to YouTube, TV33 on demand, and you can pick it up at any given time. It's there for now, for eternity, and you can watch the programs and listen to the conversations here on Talk Beat Jones. Remember, also, on Sundays on 15.2, we have a program on at 4 p.m. That's Sunday at 4 p.m. on 15.2. So, family, once again, as you're watching the Talk Beat Jones, I am Billy E. Jones, and I have a wonderful guest that's going to be with us this morning, this evening. Again, wherever you may be, you're able to pick up the Talk Beat Jones. So let us get ready to go into the Talk Beat Jones. By the way, I'm looking for Pastor Jeremy Bennett. I'm looking for Pastor Jeremy Bennett. So if anyone knows of Pastor Jeremy Bennett, let him know that I'm trying to reach him. We want to do something with him. I understand he has something that he is setting up for Malik Shabazz, and our heart and our spirit and our love goes out to Minister Malik Shabazz and his comeback. Yes, his comeback to the world. We'll talk about that and talk about what you can do to help Minister Malik Shabazz in the coming days, coming times. Because, yes, that's our friend, that's our partner that we're going to reach out and help him in his recovery. That's Minister Malik Shabazz. And again, we say to all the prayer warriors, don't stop with your prayers for Minister Malik Shabazz. In fact, reach out, prayer warriors, and bless this station, bless Mr. R.J. Watkins, Mr. Henry Tyler, and staff here at the TV33 WHPR. We love you and we appreciate your prayers and your wishes and your blessings. But right about now, again, I am Billy E. Jones. This is Talk Beat Jones, and we're live every Wednesday at 10 a.m. So get ready. We're going to put numbers on the screen sometimes at some point. Won't stay long, but it's just so if you want to call in and pose a question or something, we will try to get you on the air working with the telephone, so we will do that. In fact, we're going to go with our guest, Mr. Mark Hollis. Mr. Mark Hollis, are you there?
I'm here.
That's right.
Good morning.
Good morning. Mr. Mark Hollis, would you introduce yourself and tell the folks who you are and what you are about, sir?
Well, again, my name is Mark Hollis. I'm President, CEO of EMH Sports USA, Inc.
Mark, say that again. You are president of what?
President and CEO of EMH Sports USA Inc.,
Okay. EMS.
based here in California.
Mm-hmm.
I'm originally from Oakland, California. Billy and I kind of go way back with McClymonds High School and also San Francisco State University. So
You mean at San
yeah,
Francisco State that Bill Russell, the
no,
greatest. Now,
Bill
no,
with the Bill with the USF.
oh, USF.
He was, yeah, we were at San Francisco SFSU, San
Oh, oh,
Francisco
oh,
State University.
okay, okay. Who was that? There is a guy that played for the Golden State Warriors. I thought that went to US, played for San Francisco State.
No,
But anyway,
there were a few. There was Phil Smith
yeah.
came out of there.
Okay. Now,
I
from
think
Berkeley
we
High
both
School.
knew Phil.
Hold
Of
on,
course,
hold
it
on,
was
Phil.
Bill Russell.
Hold on, Phil Smith. Phil Smith
Yep.
out of Berkeley High School.
No, that was Phil Chenier.
Phil Chenier.
Phil, yeah, that was Phil Chenier.
Phil Chenier.
But Phil Smith, I'm not quite sure where he went to high school, where he grew up, but I know he was at USF, and I think he landed with the Warriors, and
He did.
was a mainstay with the Warriors for a while.
Oh, he was a bad man. He was a bad man.
He's a bad dude,
Yeah,
bad cat,
yeah.
man. You know.
Okay.
Oh yeah. Matter of fact, I think he played with another classmate of ours, Nate Williams. You know, Nate the Skate. Nate was also with the Warriors. So.
Nate came to McClymonds High School as a 10th grader, looking like he was a college guy. And
he's a man child back then.
yes, he was. Yes, he was. Yes, he was. Got a chance to put on the pads with Nate back at McClymonds High School.
Yep.
Well, you know that we played together.
I talked to him. Yeah, I just spoke to Nate maybe 3 weeks ago.
Yes.
So he's doing well. He's in Las Vegas. You know, his daughter Natalie is the general manager for the Las Vegas Aces, the WNBA team. So,
Oh, you go ahead, there, young lady. That's fantastic. That's fantastic.
He's a dynamo.
Yes, yes.
So that's pretty much. I'm based in Temecula. Spent a lot of time in the wine industry. You know.
Well, don't gloss over that. Talk about the wine industry because again, that's one of the interests that I wanted to bring up about black folk and not just drinking the wine, but what else do we do with the wine companies, and what did you do with the wine companies, Mr.
Well,
Mark Hollis?
when I initially I was with 3M Company initially, and I was with them for like 5 years. A lot of success there. There was an interest from Coca-Cola to venture into the wine industry with a fine wine part of their business called the Wine Spectrum. So I got hired on.
Wait now. You have to explain it. What is the Wine Spectrum? What is that?
Wine Spectrum was an offshoot of Coca-Cola.
Okay.
Coca-Cola had a venture into the wine industry. And under that umbrella, they had Taylor California Cellars, Belmonte, had Monterey Vineyard. So we were positioning, obviously, to go up against some of the major players in that aspect of the business, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And we made some inroads. After about a year, Seagram's just made a move to purchase the Wine Spectrum from Coca-Cola, which they did. I got promoted to a high-end executive position. I was in charge of all the sales training and management development for like 22 states for the Western.
Now wait. Now you say that you got promoted to do what?
I've been to Detroit back in those days, but I was in charge of all the sales training and management development for Seagram's for the fine wine division of Seagram's.
Did you learn any of that while you was at McClymonds High School?
Man, look, I don't even go there. You know, I could. We didn't even know anything about Mad Dog 2020, man. We, all that Thunderbird and Night Train and all that stuff. You know, that was we were very innocent back in those days, Billy.
Yeah, yeah. But I mean,
it was fascinating, man. It was fascinating, And what's interesting is that after I had graduated from San Francisco State,
okay,
with my master's in education,
We
I
have a
taught 4 years in I taught 4 years in East Palo Alto.
okay.
Wasn't making any money, man. I mean, I was married, had a house, had a traditional white picket fence with a dog.
Well, we're gonna bring
I
it. We're
think
gonna
I
bring
was
it. We're gonna bring it back, but we just happen to show a picture of you and your beautiful wife. We'll show that again so that
oh that
you
Linda,
want to
yeah.
speak on. This is you. We have a picture of you posing with your beautiful wife.
Well, I appreciate that. Yeah, that's my rock, man. You know, she is. She makes everything happen. You know, this whole business that we formulated was an idea that I had. She made it happen.
Okay.
You know?
Okay.
So, yeah, which is pretty much traditional for any kind of corporate setting. Is that as you know, you have somebody that's a visionary, and then you have somebody that's nuts and bolts. You know, and she's that for me. You know,
How long have you been
Linda-
married?
It'll be 20 years this month.
All right. All
We
right.
celebrated on, but we fell in love back when I was playing ball in 1969,
Okay.
and talked about a whole bunch of stuff what our future is going to be, but we lost each other.
Okay.
And it wasn't until 30 years down the road that we found each other again.
Wait. You were talking about it in college, and you went away from each other for a period of time, and 30 years later you got back together?
Yeah.
Wow. Now that's a love story.
We were. Yeah, it is. She wrote a book. Linda's an author as well. So for all your listeners, she wrote a book called Going in Circles. If you want to know more, buy the book.
Well, tell them
I
where.
mean to give her a plug, but
No. This is cool, brother. Just tell us how can we get the book and where is the book located and
Amazon.
stuff.
You go to Amazon, BarnesandNoble.com. So she's a fantastic author.
Okay, now hold on now, just for a moment. We're going to deviate. She's a fantastic author. This is your wife, and so
Right.
tell us a moment. What's your wife's name with the book, and where can we pick it up again?
Linda Hollis. Her literary name is L.A. Hollis. So
That's
if you're going to
E-L. Is that E-L-L-A?
like Los Angeles, L.A.
Okay.
Hollis.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And she has several books. What's interesting is all this started because of her family's lineage to Mount Vernon. George Washington's her fourth great grandfather. That's a whole nother story.
Hold on. This is a story. Wait, we got some time. You say your wife is related to George Washington?
Yes.
You mean
Yes.
the father of the USA?
Thomas Jefferson was not the only one. Yes.
Now tell us what did she say about the family in terms of understanding that her family is related to the man who they say never told a lie.
It's oral. It's the family's oral history that carries down. From from 200 plus years ago.
Okay.
And like in most black families, our documentation is our oral history.
Correct.
And you're not going to find a lot of birth records, whatever. But one of these days maybe I'll have Linda come on and she can explain all that.
That'd be wonderful.
Right now, we just came back. We were at several fundraisers. We were in Mount Vernon, I think 3 times in the last 6 weeks.
Okay.
And they have a nice portrait of the son now in the museum, and again, there's a lot of interest now, with the slave cemeteries at Mount Vernon. A lot of just about all her ancestors are buried there. So we go back every year. They do a memorial service, so we go back every year.
That is fantastic. That is fantastic.
Yep. So, so anyway, she was on television, and we got connected, and that's where it all started for us to get back together.
You saw her on television?
Yeah.
And you had to reach back out to her, huh?
Well, I bought the book. I didn't know anything. There was a mutual contact that said, "Hey, Linda's going to be on television," and obviously, chimed in and had the book, and in the book it said, contact the author, and I did, and then it just happened.
All
So,
right.
you know,
That is so fantastic.
yeah,
And to be together
yeah.
still 20 years
It's funny.
later.
In our journeys, she moved on and had two sons. I moved on and had two daughters.
Okay.
So, we're a blended family now.
Yes.
What can I say?
Yes. And looking great, looking great. And like I said, it is so important that you have that type of love, especially going into this part of your life, because we're not going to go
Yeah.
to it just yet, but we're going to come at some point. We're going to pivot back to your needs
Okay.
and situation, because that's one thing we want to talk about, give the family and the friends some optimistic talk.
Well, you just mentioned something about being blessed at this stage of our lives, and we talk about that a lot, And I had a buddy of mine said, "Hey, well, you're in the fourth quarter." I'm like, "Man, I'm trying to avoid the 2-minute warning. I'm just happy I'm just happy to be, where we are, So I'm blessed. I am truly blessed in a lot of ways. So,
Well,
we come a long way, Billy, from down on 12th and Adeline Street in Oakland.
Yes, sir.
So,
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And I was actually down the street, around the corner on 35th on Adeline myself, off of Market Street.
35th and Adeline. So you were at Hoover, right?
I went to Hoover, and I left Hoover and went to school out in Berkeley. Yeah,
Willard.
Yeah, went to Willard, and
Okay.
left Willard, graduated from Willard, and came back. They had me scheduled to go to Oakland High. How about that? But I
Hey,
never attended Oakland High School one time. I went directly to McClymonds High School.
Nice.
That was the school I wanted to go to. I was walking around in classes, going to classes, till they finally found out I was not supposed to be at McClymonds. And they quickly transferred my records over to McClymonds, because I was not, my family were famous at McClymonds. I'm talking about friendships and love, etc. And
Sure.
that's who I want to be. I want to be a Macite.
And you were, and you know what? Let me make a comment, because you are such a humble individual. For your listeners, Billy was a heck of a football player. He was one of our captains,
Yes.
and all league, and could have easily. And I know you don't talk about it when you went to Cal State Hayward, and you play in Southern University, and you made that interception. So that you don't talk about yourself enough.
Well, it's a thing that is beautiful for you to say that, but the thing is, we have to get into who Mark Hollis is and the accomplishments that you made, because
Okay.
off of that year, I think that was maybe, off of that team, there's maybe 3 or 4 of us that made All-City, and the rest was,
Sure.
just whatever. But anyway,
Yeah.
you
Right.
went on to greatness, bro, and we want to talk about you being inducted into what?
Well, the Hall of Fame. We just had the induction ceremony last Sunday. The San Francisco State University Football Hall of Fame.
Wow.
Yeah.
That is a mark that will be forever at that school. Mr. Mark Hollis is a part of the Hall of Fame class. And what was your special moments as you were being inducted, and what does your family and friends think about you being inducted into the Hall of Fame? Because again, we can talk about humbleness and what we did accomplish, etc. However,
Right.
when your school puts you into the Hall of Fame of their school, that's big. Talk about it. Bro.
Well, I think the highlight for me was being able to share that with so many family and friends. We had obviously my kids, grandkids, nieces and nephews that showed up. A lot of friends, that came up. Guys that I've known for over 50 years were there as
Now,
well. My
Mark,
brother-in-law.
Mark,
Go
hold on
ahead.
just a moment. We're showing now a picture. We have a young man to your right. In the pictures to our left, he has a blue sweater, and there's 4 guys. Do you remember this picture?
Let me take a look here. I'm sorry, I can't. I couldn't log in this morning. I'm sorry.
Okay, it's not a problem. It's just a picture that you sent. You have 4 guys You standing
Oh,
there.
that's probably my fellow inductees at that time.
Okay, okay. But I
Yeah.
want to let you know, we showing your pictures, bro, because it's
No, I
important.
appreciate it.
You're the guy in the
You
center,
know,
the tall guy.
I'm the tall, good-looking guy. You know.
always, always was tall and handsome. Always was tall and handsome,
I,
brother.
you know, I would,
Now we have a
when
picture of
we were kids, you don't even think about stuff like that. You
the
know.
girls thought about it
Yeah, I
though.
see.
The girls thought about it. Come on now, I
Yes, they
remember.
did.
Yeah, I
Yes, they
remember.
did. You know.
It was good,
Yes,
good,
they
good.
did. Especially when I was playing tennis. I was on the tennis court, and somehow
That's
I've been
right.
short,
That's
man. You
right.
know.
We had you and your short tennis shorts.
Oh no! Don't get me started. All right.
Long,
No.
all them long legs and tennis shorts. Girls was going, "Hey, Mark, can I hit the ball with you?"
I had to bring my A game when football started because a couple of girlfriends from some of the guys, so I had,
Yeah, yeah.
you know, yeah.
But
But
anyway,
Billy, you know what, man? You figure that's been a while, man. That's 1967, man. That's a long 66. That was a long time ago.
yeah. But time is like a watch. It's just keeps ticking, keeps ticking, keeps ticking, and
Yeah,
ticking. And so it's all about how you take care of that watch. Some persons
exactly.
lose the watch. Some people have sand getting the watch. Some people take the watch and keep it in pristine condition. And when you put them
Right.
all together at the same time, this watch stopped ticking. This watch sometimes work, and this other watch is
Yeah.
older. But guess what? It can still get around the track.
Yeah. Exactly.
So
Well stated.
So this is the
Yeah.
way that our lives and how people have conditioned their bodies and go into this, like you say, the fourth
Hmm.
quarter. And
Hmm.
some are able to continue, and some are just saying, I'll catch you
Yeah.
next time around. You know?
Yeah. And I think back into some. One of the things from playing ball, as you know, is the camaraderie, and sometimes that camaraderie rolls over into being lifelong friends.
Yes. Yes.
And I have a number of guys, that we still have that bond at the hip.
Yes. Yes.
And we've lost a couple.
Well, that's life.
I mean,
Life
couple
is
of
that
things,
way.
yeah,
It's like a
yeah,
relay. Some people some people pass the baton. Some
yeah,
people drop the baton.
yeah. But see, and I used to preach to these guys. Like one of my friends was Arnold Ford. Arnold at San Francisco State,
Hmm.
great Gator. Played with the Raiders for a short bit.
Yes.
And he was a defensive lineman over there with Otis Sistrunk and all those guys. And the problem that a lot of guys
He
have,
played with the spaceman, huh?
yeah, the University of Mars.
Okay, yes.
But the problem that a lot of guys, a lot of athletes, a lot of guys have is that you have to eat in order to maintain, because when you're going into camp in August, like July, you start smelling grass, you start hearing sprinklers. The camp is right around the corner.
Right, right.
And so a lot of guys are beefing up, man. They're carving up, eating a lot of carbs, all that kind of stuff, because you might you want to go in at least 10 pounds
Overweight.
over than your playing weight, because
Right.
once you get to camp, by the time the season starts, you're going to drop 10 to 15 pounds.
Yes.
You know,
Yes.
so a lot of guys load up. They load up on carbs. Well, when you're done playing, you have to adjust your diet, your intake. A lot of guys can't turn that off. I
Hmm.
mean, they're used to eating a 32-ounce steak or whatever it is,
Yes.
two
Yes.
potatoes, a pound of bacon, whatever. They're used to that. But for a lot of guys, they can't turn it off. So next thing you know, their playing weight might have been on like Arnold was like 275. And you blew up to 400 pounds.
Yes, very
Now
easily.
you got health issues.
Yes.
You got heart. You don't
Let's talk about
exercise
that.
like you do.
Talk about that.
You know.
Speak on it.
Well, that's a reality, because you don't change your dietary habits. And you don't go to the gym as much. You don't you don't get the cardio in. A lot of guys, I got a good friend of mine now, he played with the Browns, but, he's always in there pushing weight. He's just, trying to lift like he did when he played with the Browns.
Right.
Well, when you're in your late 60s, you don't need to do all that. You need
Right.
you need to adjust, so, the one thing that I did, is that because I got up there, I was doing that too. I got up to like 200. My playing weight was like 215. I got up to 240.
Whoa, that's big for
and
you.
I became a type 2 diabetic.
Okay.
And so I had to readjust how I lived. I had to adjust my diet. I had to drop the weight. I had to maintain and right now the numbers are great. I'm doing good,
Okay.
But it's like like when you're playing ball, you have to come up with a game plan and stick with it, So
Well, as you mentioned, people who have different seasons of sports, various
Right.
sports, there's generally a time that they call themselves letting their body start to relax. They're eating more, they're relaxing more, but they know that there's a certain month that they start to condition themselves, they start to cut back. Well, as you stop playing those particular sports, stop being that particular active, and stop having that routine, that's what you stop doing during the season. That's what you carry over in life, and
Right.
that's carry over into giving you problems. And that's what I wanted to have you here today, because we want to go into the problems of life and what happens to folks, but yet is there recovery possible? Yes, it is, and I want to talk to you about that.
Sure.
And we're going to do more about
Well, you know
this.
what?
Let me do this. Let me take a
Okay.
commercial break, and also, family, one of the things you can do is get that lemon burn. That's right. We're going to talk about the lemon burn after we come back. But again, this is the Talk Beat Jones. I am Billy E. Jones. Don't forget, send me your link, your email address. Send it to bj46978 at gmail. That's bj46978 at gmail.com. Send me your email address so I can send you my link so that you too can join that Jones Decides Zoom, where you can be at home or wherever you are in the morning times. That is the Jones Decides Zoom Fitness. We'll talk about that more after these commercial announcements. You wouldn't have to go anywhere, because this is the Talk Beat Jones.
Hi, this is LaWanda,
This is RJ Watkins.
coming to you to bring you some information about the #1 detox in the nation, Lemon Burn. Lemon Burn helps to turn the fat into fit. It's for you, a happier, healthier you, because healthy is the new beautiful. An all-natural way to improve your health. It promotes a healthy digestive system, attacks and reduces belly fat, as well as gives you energy. Need to get yours today. Call 313-868-6612.
Don't forget to exercise and eat right.
Justice for Mario Willis. Truth. Facts. Evidence. Mattered. Log into justiceformariowillis.com. Read for yourself.
Generational wealth. No risk, no reward. All entrepreneurs, get yours personalized with your business's name or logo. Order yours today. GenerationalWealthForLife.com or call 313-220-9433. That's 313-220-9433. Generational wealth. No risk, no reward.
You know what it is, generational wealth.
I'm prolific.
TV 33 is moving to WHPS TV channel 15.2. Make sure to rescan the channels on your TV. Then go to WHPS channel 15.2 to pick up TV 33 and all of your favorite shows. The move is on, and we want you to move with us to WHPS channel 15.2.
You wouldn't have to go anywhere because this is the Talk Beat Jones. Welcome back, family. Once again, this is the Talk Beat Jones, and I am Billy E. Jones. And again, we're so appreciative that you take the time to be with us and tell your friends about the Talk Beat Jones. And we're on the air every Wednesday from 10 a.m. to 11. We're live. You can also see the broadcast on a Sunday on 15.2. That time is 4 p.m. that you're able to see that. And of course, you can go to the R.J. Watkins page and you can watch the program live as we're being produced. And you can also go to our R.J. Watkins page. You can see my show and other shows that you may have missed. YouTube, TV 33, on demand. You can see the program and pick it up, share it. We love you doing that. And let us know if you like the program or not. By the way, to Prophet Grace, I wanted to say thank you so much, very much. You know, I operate under your blessings, sir. So once again, we're back with the wonderful, great guest, Mr. Mark Hollis. Reintroduce yourself, Mr. Mark Hollis.
Mark Hollis, President and CEO of EMH Sports, USA Inc. Born and raised in Oakland, California, and I am blessed to be on my friend's program.
Thank you so very much, and we again hope to have you back again before the year is out, because again, there are things that we want to talk about. But now we're talking about aging. We're talking about folks who have situations that are bothering them or troubling them or making them have limitations in terms of the quality of their life. And we were speaking on how people have gone through greatness with their bodies and had those changes. Would you speak on that, Mr. Mark Hollis, please?
Well, yeah. I mean, we had mentioned that there's a number of people that we become acquainted with from playing sports that have not been able to make the lifestyle adjustments, specifically dietary, and that carries over into other issues that can be detrimental to their health. When I became a type 2 diabetic, one of the first things that I did was to meet up with a nutritionist. And what she conveyed to me kind of made sense. It makes a lot of sense now, and I talk about it all the time to people. You know, in terms of managing your carb intake, and that if you ingest potatoes, it'll take 48 hours to be digested and break down in your system, and then be eliminated.
Okay.
Rice, for the most part, takes about 24 hours. Pasta goes out quite a bit. Pastas and breads will break down and get out pretty quick. So if you're eating potatoes today, just don't eat potatoes tomorrow. Wait 2 days, wait beyond the 48-hour mark, and then eat potatoes that time. Because if you're loading up on, like, potatoes, you're just building up carbs, and which will turn to fat and sugar in your system, you know. So you just got to be smart about how you create your diet.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
More protein. I know more protein is the skew now for a lot of people, and that's okay too, you know. But you got to balance it out, you know. So, you know.
Now, when you say
I'm down to about 212 now. Got up to 240, 245. I was diagnosed as a type 2 diabetic in '98. And so now I'm down about 212, and I'm not hitting the gym as much, but I'm playing golf. I'm playing tennis. Now I'm not trying to look at a little pickleball, something like that. So
Now tell
yeah,
us.
and we walk a lot.
Now tell us, how is it that your weight changed from 240, which I just couldn't see you at 240.
Yeah.
I mean,
That-
because I saw you muscular
had big
at how tall are you?
Had big cheeks, Billy.
How tall are you, Mark?
6'4".
You 6'4", and you've always
Right.
been that strong built, slender look,
Yeah.
but strong built.
My playing weight was about between 210 and 215, probably
Yeah.
like 212. So I'm right now. I told Linda, I'm about 215 right now. I'm not too far over my playing weight, but the body adjusts. That 212 doesn't look like it did back when we were playing ball. Baby.
Wait,
That's the reality.
Yeah.
We don't have that triangle shape anymore. It's that look. But the thing about it, it keeps you. It's like a yardstick you measure. That I don't want to go beyond a certain weight limit. And then I check my sugar level every morning just to make sure if I'm overdoing it, it'll show up.
Yes, yes.
In my monitor. So
I started my journey at I think at about 225, almost 228. But and I was doing security and as well as healthcare, as well as the television. But when I would go to do the security, well, we had to fight at TGIF restaurants. Folks would tell me, "Man, you look like Jim Brown. You look like Jim Brown." Because my body always grew proportionately, so it's muscular from the top to the bottom always. But 225 was not good for me.
No.
Physically, it looked good, but it was not good for me. So I'm back down to, as we started going on this, people start talking about they want to see the Jones size, etc.
That's what I was going to comment on that Jones size. I remember when you had that in Oakland.
Yeah. And so prior to that, I went through a lifestyle change. Went through the fact that I had to give up drinking. Period. I didn't drink anything but beer, but I loved my beer. Had to give that up, and other adjustments. But I got my weight down to just about 200. I try to stay between 195 and 200 now, and I'm rebuilding the body because, like you said, your body shifts from what that 195, 200 looked like when you was playing ball to where it is now. But I suffered from a broken ankle playing football. I suffered from a broken ankle protecting a young girl about 6 years of age skating. So I had ankle broken on both the right and left side. And so we dealing with that. We still dealing with it.
Yeah.
But the process is that once you love your body and you understand your body and you care for yourself, it really doesn't matter what other folks look like, what other folks do, and what they say. It's a process of you being selfish and understanding what it takes for you to get yourself in order. You can't necessarily try to go back 20, 30 years, but you can be the best person that you are today simply by making the changes. And I'm going to let you take this, Mark, because let them know how your knee replacement affected your life. And before you before you got there, what happened and why was it so aggravating to have that knee problem?
Oh God! Let me reference this, and Billy, you can probably relate. When you're playing ball, specifically football, pain comes with like buying a pair of cleats. It's part of the game.
Right.
And so our endurance in terms of dealing with the pain is not something you would see for any layperson out there, And when you're injured, you learn to embrace it. Your plan is to get back on the field or the court of play, So the pain is just an obstacle that you're going to get beyond. And I never
Right.
forget, first time I damaged my knee, I was at Merritt College. And first time I damaged that knee was at McClymonds High School when we were playing Oakland High. I don't know if you remember that night. I was running a kickoff back, and I never forget Eddie Robinson came out of nowhere. All I saw was goalposts, and Eddie Robinson came out of nowhere and just destroyed my knee.
Right.
And back in those days, Coach Manyweather, Earl Manyweather, who was also our AD, he had me go to the locker room, and they just put hot water on my knee. I don't know why.
Hold on. Will you tell them about this? Because how back in the day they treated you when you got injured. What did you say that they?
It was hot. I'll never forget. They took me to the locker room. They took off the shower head in the shower area. Put a folding chair down and had the hot water just drip down on my knee.
Right.
And of course my knee did the opposite. It swelled up 2 or 3 times. Knew what it was. We didn't know any better back in those days, Billy. We still walked.
But wait, did they wrap you up and send you back in the game?
No, my knee was destroyed. I didn't do that. I couldn't do it. And today I probably would have went in for surgery. But it turns out that when I got to college, they found out I had a torn medial collateral ligament. That's the ligament that runs across your knee on the inside of your knee. And so I had 2 choices. Never forget, I talked to an orthopedic. He said they could take a muscle from my hip and splice it over that medial collateral on the inside and reattach it. He said because it was the ligament had turned to like spaghetti. There's nothing to repair.
Mm-hmm.
Or strengthen up the outer part of my knee and move on, which is what I did. I went on. I started, walking even more. I was already pigeon-toed, walking even more pigeon-toed, and working the outer part of my knee. And so I ended up playing like that. I damaged the knee again at Merritt. They put a cast on it, and like the knuckleheads that we were back in those days, you got into a hot tub after a week and soaked the cast, and you took it off and went back to the field and played.
That's
right. So that's what we did.
Mm-hmm.
And so I didn't take care of the knee, obviously, and it wasn't up until probably 2 years ago that I actually finally had the surgery, knee replacement surgery on it,
Okay.
But I've had damage, both ankles, like you mentioned, damaged. I had knuckles realigned, I got a shoulder separation that still aggravates me today.
Well, see, the reason I wanted to point this out is that as an athlete and you age, the things that you shook off, the ankle sprain,
Right.
et cetera. Even when I broke the ankle and they told me that I was through for the year, I said, In fact, that's when you wouldn't put
those high tops on, right?
Well, no, I always wore the high tops.
I know you did.
Always wore the high tops. And but when they told me I was through, I said no. I never stopped coming to practice. I, of course, had to do it by myself to rebuild myself. I actually cut the cast off myself.
You did. Yeah.
Yes, and went out and that game that you saw that I made the last interception over Harold Carmichael, 6'7",
Right.
was my third or fourth game back. That was from that ankle injury break.
Yeah.
So you do that and you deal with the pain, but
Right.
as time goes on, you don't do the conditioning, you don't do the strength training, you don't do the stretching, etc. Those injuries, regardless if it's a shoulder, back, hip, knee, calf, toe, they deteriorate. and it becomes more prone, and you become more aggravated with the pain,
Right.
and you're not
Yeah.
out there doing things, so you don't get those beta endorphins going to help you deal with that pain.
Exactly.
So what we're saying, family, is that you got to love the body, whether you're playing sports or whether you just think
Right.
you look good as a young person and you're doing the things. You still have to maintain that. But
Yeah.
if you did what probably 75, 80% of the population do, they just go on living and letting their life
Right.
live, let the body
Right.
just mature and deteriorate, and they go on how they look.
Right.
But now-
you see, I, in my neighborhood, I see people jogging up and down the street. I can't do that. I mean,
Yes.
I'm like, I don't even know what that's like anymore to get out there and jog, especially on a hard surface like this, So, but my body just won't allow me to do it,
So now, at this point, what is it that you would tell folks that they need to do in terms of if they've had a serious injury or if they have a nagging injury and it's caused them to put on weight or caused them mental depression somewhat? What would you advise or say to a person as we're coming down
number
to?
one, is that listen to your body.
Mm-hmm.
If your body's telling you that I'm in pain, follow up with a specialist. If your insurance allows you and a PPO to go see a specialist, go. If not, go to your general practitioner and have them give you referral. Don't shy away from what you're experiencing right now. As former athletes, specifically football players, we shy away. The pain is something that comes with it. So, if you get a little back pain, if you get a little knee pain, whatever, we ignore it. But you got to realize that when you play a game like football, it's like being in a collision every play. You get a car collision, you're going to get shaken up. Every play, you're shaken up. You're going to get hit. You know what I mean?
Let me do something a little bit flippy here.
Okay.
What as men we don't understand. Women go through this pain cycle during their growing stage after they mature every month. Every month. And so we're wondering, why is it that there's certain times of the month that our ladies become different?
Right.
Why?
Right.
Because
Yeah.
that cycle that they go through is not easy. It's mind altering. It's physically altering.
Right.
And it's not something that
Right.
all of the ladies can handle easily, gracefully. There are some that's just totally.
But you know what, Billy? Because I talk about this with Linda quite a bit. It's that a woman's perspective on pain is totally different than ours.
Yes.
And while men
Hold on,
in
Leo.
general, we don't experience it the way they do.
Hello? You still there? Hello? Okay, you there? Talk to me. I know you can hear me, but talk to me. Mark, are you still there? Are you still there, Mark? There, Mark, are you there? Are you there, Mark? Hold on a moment. Let me see. Mark.
Yes,
Okay.
I'm here.
Okay. Talk to me.
Yeah.
Okay.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you fine
Hello?
now. I got you.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But women endure pain totally different than we do, and it's ongoing, and so, we have to acknowledge it, take note, and when they're in pain like that, we give them whatever is necessary. And the one thing about that too is that they don't hesitate to follow up with their doctor, with their physician, regardless of what the pain is. And that's the lesson there. If you're not well physically, emotionally, you need to follow up with somebody that can help you. You know.
Well,
that's the way I looked at it.
yeah. Well, that's why I say it's
You
a
know.
different perspective. But hold on just a moment. Let me see if I can bring in Mr. Leo Brazil just a moment. Hold on, please. Mr. Leo. Got to go through the process. Leo. Leo.
Yes,
Okay. How are you doing?
I'm fine.
You've been hearing the conversation about aging.
Yeah,
What is your thoughts real quickly about that?
about aging,
Yes, sir.
it's a great thing when you consider the alternative.
Now, you are at 80 years of age, correct?
Yes, sir.
And at one point, you felt that you were strictly on the straight up decline at one point. What happened when you left and went to visit was it your cousin or your uncle or someone?
Yeah, my cousin.
How old was he?
He was 98.
He was 98. And when you left the visit with him, what was your perspective about your life and what you had to offer?
Well, you know, I marked my 75th birthday as my transition into what your brother mentioned earlier, the fourth quarter. I'm in the fourth quarter of my life. I've had a successful career. I've done what I wanted to do. The only heartbreak that I had was, you know, losing my wife.
Yes.
But in all the other things that I was looking around me, I was happy.
Yes.
I was absolutely happy and content and said, okay, I don't have to stress myself anymore. But then I went down and met Cousin Pete, who was 98. And he's handing me books and doing all kinds of things that he's reading and doing. And I said, wow, you know, this fourth quarter, you know, could go to 100 years old because he was two years from 100. So what am I going to do? And then I realized that my mind was clear. My body was not what it should be, but my mind was clear. So I needed to reinvigorate my mind.
That's right. That's right.
And get back into this life and start doing things that I could physically do.
Your key word was to get back into doing
Right.
what?
Well, the mental state is what I needed to, you know, overcome because my mental state was one of relaxation. I'm all done.
Yes.
There's nothing else to accomplish,
Yes.
you know. And I'm tired of people because they're tired of me. You
Yes.
know. I don't want to talk no more.
That's right. Come on, tell the story.
And so they kept trying to pull me back into different things. So ultimately, I had been offered a position on the Reparations Commission
Come on.
for Alameda County.
Mm-hmm.
And I had been reading on reparations since 1971 when I was in law school.
Yes.
Just never could figure out two things. Why God let me live this long? What was my purpose? And then over those years, I asked the question, why am I reading all these books on reparations, but don't nobody want to hear about it? Everybody just looks at me, roll their eyes or whatever. So there's no enthusiasm out there. So just chasing a dead horse. Or something.
Now, real quickly, tell the folks what you did in life besides you were a lawyer and what else? The Black Panther. I'm telling myself. You tell them.
Yeah, well, I started off. See, that's what it says. Started off in the Panthers, like all you guys are talking about your time growing up in Oakland. When I grew up in Oakland in the '50s, the Oakland police was atrocious, messing with us any day of the week that we walking down the street. And so when the Panthers came along, I happened to be at Merritt College as the Black Student Union president in 1966 when Bobby and Huey came in the cafeteria and read off the 10-point program.
Come on.
So
now.
we took off into what we call racism and started with the institutions that was the most racist, and usually it was the school and the police.
Yes.
So we took on that issue of the police, and that's when I started reading all of my black philosophers and sociologists and everything, and that's where I found the reparations issue when I was in law school at UC Berkeley.
So now you did that, and you went on also to become what?
I went on to be on the Oakland City Council because out of the Black Panther Party, that people always look up about the party part. The party was political. It was a political party, and we were looking to get into politics, and that's what Black Power was all about. So we went into the political arena, and I ultimately ran for Oakland City Council and became the 5th black vote on a 9-member council.
Come on now. And you also dealt with the church. You also dealt with the public, being a public person because you joined the Soul Beat television network. So there's some great things, but you had let all that slide because we used to go on television. I said, come on, Leo, life is not over yet. Life is not over. Oh, well, I'm 80, 70. But you went there and I forgot, was it your uncle or your cousin, I forgot who it was, at 98 years old, you saw the vitality, saw how energetic he was, and you came back and you became the Leo of old, and you brought him to yourself, and now you are a totally different person. You're vibrant. You have more to contribute to life, to all the people in the world. You come on the air. You have wonderful, great things to contribute. You are the lion that still roars. You are Mr. Leo Brazile, and I love you, bro. I'm going to let you, need to get you in on that. We'll talk about Joe Biden, et cetera, some other time. But I just needed to hear that real quickly from you, okay?
Say that again.
I just need to hear that from you real quickly. My time is running short. The things you mentioned about your life real quickly.
No, well, at 80 years old, I'm back into the game, and I'm enjoying it. It's nice to be the eminent Greece, if you will,
yes.
At these meetings with all these young people using words like diversity, equity, and all these kind of inclusion. I don't understand their definitions of those things and everything, but that's the wonderful thing to be able to just sit back and listen. And then when I am asked to say something, I can know that I'm speaking from 50, 60 years of experience and wisdom.
There you go. Well, listen, I want you to be able to say goodbye to your friends and your fans from around the world, because you have a lot of fans and friends from around the world. Say goodbye to them before I let you go, okay?
Okay, well, from Oakland, California, the struggle continues. We're still on it, and the young people are making me feel good that they get it. They're coming along with the issues, and so look forward to the future and keep on working for the future.
All right. Mr. Leo Brazile, Oakland, California. Appreciate you, brother.
All right.
Peace now. And Mark. Okay. Mark, are you there? Do it this way. Mark? Mark, are you there? Okay, hold on. Okay, Mark, are you there now?
And on Leo, because
there you go. You're on the air.
Okay, I wanted to chime in on Leo. 1967, I was a 17-year-old freshman out of McClymont High School at Merritt College, and Leo was one of the wheels along with at Merritt College, along with Huey and Bobby and Elbert, Big Man, Howard, a whole bunch of guys, So I was there, and I saw, how, he was able to pull things together, and I appreciate the brother,
Mark, real quickly, the point is, and I'm going to let you finish up, but the point is, folks, we're talking about, there are folks who have to read about it, but we were there being a part of it, being touched by the folks who were making that history. Go right ahead. We got about a minute before I got to let you go.
Okay. Because we had Huey's girlfriend at the time, Laverne, was a good friend of my sister, right? So they would periodically come on and sit on the stoop, as we used to say back in the day.
Yes.
And so going to Merritt College was an experience, man. And I followed Leo specifically on Facebook, his journey to one of my mentors, Asa Hilliard from San Francisco State, would call it Kemet. It's not Egypt, it's Kemet, and I love his journey.
Got 30 seconds.
So, okay, I appreciate you, Billy. We got to keep it going. I love this.
Hey, bro, and I'm looking forward to, at some point, looking out on my Zoom broadcast or workout and seeing you doing the thing, because, again, I'm looking to have you as a part of that leadership development on that Zoom program, okay?
Okay.
Okay,
that'll
brother.
work.
All right. Pass the love and love you, okay?
All right. Love you too.
All right. Peace now.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Family, this has been the Talk Beat Jones. As you see, we talk about most things today is about your life. It's about how you, even though you're older, even though you're aging, there are things you can do to feel greater, feel vibrant. That's what it's about. You don't give up hope. You don't give up hope. And don't forget, send out your prayers for Minister Malik Shabazz. And there are things that's going to be done for Minister Malik Shabazz. And we want to be a part of that, want you to be a part of that. Again, this is the Talk Beat Jones. We're live every Wednesday from 10 a.m. to 11. We have a broadcast on a Sunday at 4 p.m. on 15.2. Of course, you can go to R.J. Watkins' page. You can watch the program live, or you can watch it as it has been produced. You also can do the TV, go to YouTube, TV33 on demand. You can pick up the program and share it. This is your Talk Beat Jones. I am Billy Jones. Don't forget about that Zoom program, that workout program. You'll be at home or wherever you may be and work out with me early in the mornings. Send it to bj46978@gmail.com. Send your email address and I'll send you that link. Love you, appreciate you, respect you. Bye, Dad. You wouldn't have to go anywhere because this is the Talk Beat Jones.